Hello and welcome to the Northern Orthodox Church. My name is Benjamin Dixon, and in this video we are going to explore fundamental similarities between many religions, the secret key that will unlock the mysteries. I call the key the 2TRINITY, or a tritwoity, or also the number 33. This video will be a brief overview comparing the 2TRINITY with a number of religions, and we will answer the question, what is the truth? Here is the 2TRINITY. I also call it a tritwoity, and I also call it the number 33. Let's get into it. The 2TRINITY. Everyone is a trinity. If you divide yourself into your most basic parts, you end up with your body, thought, and emotion. A soul is a trinity as well. It has form, a body, thought, and emotion. The outer part of the triangle represents your lower physical self. The inner triangle represents your soul, or higher self. Let's start with Mahayana Buddhism. Mahayana Buddhists have 3 masteries and 2 existences. To my belief, the masteries refer to your body, thought, and emotion. You have 2 existences, one existence being your lower self, the other existence being your higher self. 2 existences joined together equal one, or one vehicle. They realized that attaining the 2 vehicles, or the 3 vehicles, was not the true aim of the Buddhist teaching. Rather, Buddhist state of life, the one vehicle, rather than the 3 vehicles, is called the replacement of the 3 vehicles with the one vehicle. And down below, I don't know how to pronounce this, the Triastrimissa, translated from Sanskrit, is often translated as heaven of the 33, or realm of the 33 gods. Now, they mean 2 threes, 3 and 3. So 3 being your lower self, and 3 being your higher self. Mahayana Buddhism has the lotus, and they have 6 paramitas. Forgive my pronunciation. 6 paramitas. So that's 1, 2, 3, plus another 3, 1, 2, 3. I believe that's a true 2TRINITY as well. 3 of the paramitas referring to your lower self, and 3 paramitas referring to your higher self. Let's move to the Toltecs. Toltecs have 3 masteries. They call them awareness, transformation, and intent. I believe this has been corrupted. The true name of the 3 masteries is mind, body, and emotion. The Toltecs thought attention is key. First attention, second attention, and third attention. First attention is reality, the Toltecs called tonal, or matter. Second attention is world, the Toltecs called Nagual, or spirit. Third attention is joining the first and second attention. So as you can see in the 2TRINITY diagram, first attention is your lower self, second attention is your soul, and third attention is adding the 2 together. Here's a picture of a Toltec statue. As you can see, it has 3 wings on one side and 3 wings on the other side. One side representing your lower self, the other side representing your higher self. They have a notch here in the middle representing 1. So this Toltec statue is also a 2TRINITY. Now we move on to Shangdi. Shangdi is the Chinese term for supreme deity or highest deity. You look at the Chinese symbol for Shangdi, it is a 2TRINITY. It has 3 triangles at the top and 3 legs. That's 3 and 3. 2TRINITY, or a tritwoity. You also note the building rests on the 3rd terrace, and the building has a 3-roof construction. So that's also a 2TRINITY. Let's look at Judaism. The Star of David is also a 2TRINITY. One triangle representing 3, the other triangle representing 3. So you look at the candles, there's 7 candles. 3 candles representing 3, 3 more candles representing 3, and then the candle left over representing 1. In the Kabbalah, the number 33 is highly significant, often associated with spiritual enlightenment, mastery, and the culmination of spiritual ascent. It is considered a master number, connected to the idea of a final state of unity with the divine. 33 is tritwoity or a 2TRINITY. Let's look at Norse. I call it Norse theology. Here's a picture of the Vaknut. It's 3 triangles on the outside, 3 triangles on the inside. The Vaknut is a 2TRINITY. The 2 are 1. Now let's look at Sufism. Here we have the Enneagram. The only complete shape is the 3, 6, and 9. Look at the diagram and see how 3, 6, and 9 relates to your lower trinity, inner trinity, and the complete merging of the 2 trinities. Let's take a look at Christianity. This is Luke 17:21, King James Version. Neither shall they say, Lo here or Lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. This passage is referring to the inner trinity. Here we have Patriarch Kirill of Moscow, the Russian Orthodox Church, holding 3 candles in one hand and 2 candles in the other. 3 times 2 equals 1, or 3 times 2 equals 33. It's a 2TRINITY. Here we have the Virgin Mary with the Son. Everyone is a trinity. It is the goal of every Christian to become a mother and give birth to a son, or in other words, a soul. We start out as children, children become mothers, mothers give birth to a son. So, your lower self represents a trinity, and your higher self represents a trinity. The Virgin Mary is a mother, your lower self, female, and the Son is male, your higher self. Mothers gives birth. That's why female is lower and male is higher. Church buildings. Orthodox church buildings have a small inner church inside of the outer church building. The inner church represents your soul or higher self, and the outer church building represents your body or lower self. A church building is only a building, and it is a metaphor for your spiritual development. Be your own church. There's only one true church. Let's look at the tabernacle. The tabernacle is a metaphor Jesus used in his teaching. Outer court, holy place, holy of holies. The tabernacle is the 2TRINITY. Let's look at old school Eastern Orthodox Christianity, also known as the Fourth Way, inner esoteric Christianity. Gurdjieff, Boris Morariev, and Ouspensky. So we have man number 1, 2, and 3 representing your lower self, man number 4 representing your higher self or inner trinity, and man number 5 representing the merging of both, or one. Here we have the Chi Rho. It is a 2TRINITY. There's 3 arms on the top, 3 arms on the bottom. We also have the Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega are the first and last letters of the Greek alphabet. I am the first and the last. Alpha Omega is a 2TRINITY. I am the first and the last. Christians have the Hermetic maxim, as above, so below. As above regarding your inner trinity, so below regarding your lower or outer trinity. Let's look at Egypt. Here we have a coffin with the crook and flail. It's also direct resemblance to Patriarch Kirill of Moscow with 3 candles and 2 candles. Here's the crook and flail, the flail representing the number 3 and the crook representing the number 2. The crook and flail is a 2TRINITY. Here we have the flower of life and the eye of Horus. First row we have the True Trinity symbol broken down. Then we go down to the Flower of Life. And finally, the Eye of Horus. Flower of Life is a 2-Trinity symbol, and the Eye of Horus is a 2-Trinity symbol. Here we have a poem, Invocation of Soul Memory. I am the keeper of my Akashic records, of all which is, and which shall be. Eternity it is, and everlastingness. Oh, 3 paths and 2 pillars. Open your portals. Here we see in this poem 3 paths and 2 pillars. 3 times 2, or 33. 2-Trinity, or a tritwoity. Let's look at the Celts. Here we have the Celtic cross, considered to be a symbol of eternity. Though the Celtic cross is commonly used as a Christian symbol, it has a history that dates back much further than Christianity. Since a regular cross is a trinity, this cross symbolizes 2 trinities. One thing the Celts have many of are symbols relating to the number 3. Here we have the shamrock, the triskel, the triquetra, the triskelion, and the awen. Here's the Hindu symbol, the Om, the most universal of all the symbols in Hinduism. It is used to symbolize the ultimate reality in the universe. This symbol is said to represent the 3 aspects of God. The Om is a trinity. Then we have multi-armed gods. Signifies the dualistic and triad nature of a god. Represents the basic truths of oneself towards their journey of self-development. Multi-armed gods are a 2-Trinity. We have several symbols representing the number 3, the Trishula, the Tripundra, and the Sacred Thread. We also have the Navaranta. 3 plus 3 equals 3. All added together equals 9. The Vedic religion recognizes 33 deities. These deities, often referred to as the 33 gods. This is also a 2-Trinity or a tritwoity. Gilgamesh, 1 part man, 2 parts God. Gilgamesh is a 2-Trinity. Notice the 2 trinities in this carving. Here we have First Nations. Look at the 2 trinities in the moccasins, and in the basket we also have 2 trinities. Ancient Greece, the 2 fish represent the 2 trinities, and the trident represents the trinity itself. 2 times 3 equals 33. Here is a symbol from the Vatican. This symbol is a 2-Trinity. 2 bodies, 3 eyes. Here is another symbol from the Vatican. Notice the trinities on each of the 2 keys. 2 trinities, a 3 and a 3, 33. Let's go over some Gnostic texts. So, Yeshua said, "Where there are 3 deities, they are divine. Where there are 2 or 1, I am with that one." This is from the Gospel of Thomas, words recorded by Yeshua's twin, Yehuda. So as you can see, the 2-Trinity, we have the lower trinity, the outside triangle, being one of the 3, the inside triangle being the second of the 3, and then both taken together as one being the third. Here's an excerpt from the Gospel of Thomas. When you make the 2 one, and when you make the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below. I've taken some of this expert out for simplicity. I'll be covering that later in another video. And when you fashion eyes in the place of an eye, and a hand in place of a hand, and a foot in place of a foot, and a likeness in place of a likeness, then you will enter the kingdom. This is referring to the 2-Trinity. Here's your body. Here's your soul body. Hand in place of a hand. A foot in place of a foot. Let's look at Freemasonry. The compass represents male. It's a number 3. The square represents female, number 3. 3 plus 3 equals 1, or 3 plus 3 equals 33. As we know, we have 33rd degree Freemasons. The G represents a deity or a god. In higher levels of Freemasonry, it represents Gnosis. In the highest level of Freemasonry, the G represents Genesis. All 3 are correct. Here we have the Sovereign Grand Inspector General, 33rd degree. This is their symbol. 33rd degree is the highest rank. You notice there's 3 triangles in the logo. 3 plus 3 equals 3, or 33. Now we're moving on to an Illuminati symbol. 2 keys with 3 prongs on each key. 3 times 2 equals 1, or 3 times 2 equals 33, or 3 plus 3 equals 33. Here we have the Knights Templar symbol. 2 men on a horse, each holding a shield with a cross. A cross is a trinity. 3 times 2 equals 1, or 3 times 2 equals 33. Here we have the Security Service MI5 logo. It's a triangle with 3 small triangles inside. So the outer triangle represents 3. The inner triangles represent 3. 3 plus 3 equals 33. Here we have the United Nations symbol. When you count all the sections, they add up to the number 33. United Nations symbol is a 2-trinity. Here we have the Canadian Security Intelligence Service. There's 2 triangles in 1 building. 3 plus 3 equals 33. This building is a 2-trinity symbol. Here we have the Canadian Army flag. 2 swords, 3 maple leaves. 3 times 2 equals 33. The Canadian Army flag is a 2-trinity. There are many flags that are 2-trinity symbols. Here we have Remembrance Day, 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, 33 total. Remembrance Day is a 2-trinity. So there you have it. The 2-trinity is a fundamental concept for spiritual development. The Holy Trinity is yourself. I hope you found this video informative. Please like and subscribe, it helps a lot. You don't want to miss the next video. Visit www.northernorthodox.com.